Hey guys, so today I thought it would be fun to test my favorite deck in ZeroJP, which is Shadow Paladin, aka the most pay-to-win deck in Zero because there is a total of, quick math, 11 triple rares in this deck. Starting Vanguard, pretty obvious, full bow, Blaster Ride Chain, full bow into Javelin, into Blaster Dark, into Phantom Blaster Dragon, into Phantom Blaster Overlord. But if you don't know, when he's rode upon by Blaster Javelin, you can search for a Blaster Dark and add it to your hand. Perfect guards. Kind of obvious, every deck needs 4 of them. Which is not smart or not, and he has to use the dub names. I know I'm probably pronouncing this part wrong entirely, but whatever. Rest it. Draw a card. Discard a card to draw a card. This is good for searching out or finding Phantom Blaster Dragon to ride, finding an emergency grade 2 for some extra intercepts, or finding that second copy of Phantom Blaster Overlord for the Persona Blast. Only one though, because, well, first, 4 Blaster Javelins, your key ride target. When full bow's in the soul, it gets plus 2k, so 8k base, which is, I believe, the strongest grade 1 currently, or the strongest grade 1s, plural. But also, it helps in the late game because when it's placed on the rear guard circle instead of the Vanguard circle, you can discard another grade 3. You search out the end of the ride chain, or that second to last, which is Phantom Blaster Dragon, which is very, very, very important. Now, the reason we're running one of the basically Gojo clones for Shadows is because 4 AK vanillas to make columns. Originally I had this at 3 and the Gojo clone at 2. Then I decided why I rarely use her ability to draw cards. There's other great card draw in this deck, including this deck's all draw triggers except for 4 heals. So 9 draw, 4 heal. But anyway, AK vanilla to get those good numbers, like 20k with a grade 2 we'll see in a bit, and just gets over those, especially those summon grade 3s, it's like 13k very, very easily. Well, not very easily, but easily enough. Onto the grade 2s. Blaster Dark, pretty obvious, part of the ride chain. When Blaster Javelin's in the soul, this goes to 10k on Vanguard, so we're kind of blessed to retire our rear guard. We all know this. However, the only reason I'm winning 2 is pretty much because of the ride chain, because on rear guard, kind of sucks. There's no ability. That's why he was basically made better with the Blaster Dark Revenger. When that comes out, they're 4 up, and anyway. As he is now, it's very much So, you only run 2 because it's part of the ride chain, and you don't want to damage check, you're only Blaster Dark. I rarely use this second ability, but there are times where it's coming handy. Mainly because I can't use it, because most of the time you're not up to 2 when you ride your grade 2. You're not up to 2 damage. After that, your card drawing. Bring the mains. When placed on rear guard, counterblast 1. Discard a card to draw 2. This ability is great. It gives you the rear guard you need to sacrifice. It gives you good columns. It gives you more attacks. It gives you an intercept. This card is phenomenal. Only reason I don't run 4 is because low attack value can mess up 2 columns. Counter Charger combo is great with the main. Combo is great with basically your entire set of grade 3s because you run both Phantom Blast and Dragon and Phantom Blast Overlord, both of which use Counter Blast, so you usually have plenty to counter charge. So those. Then the Sheena on the rear guard is 12k when your Vanguard has Blast in its name, aka almost all the time. And that 12k is huge. It hits MLB, unboosted. It hits it hits every grade 3 Vanguard in the game unboosted. I'm 99% sure that's correct. Actually, no, that's not. What am I saying? It doesn't hit the end, and it doesn't hit Overlord, Phantom Blast Overlord. But other than those two, with very specific cards in the soul, yeah. And it's not very hard to get a boost with this deck because you go through so many cards. You almost always have cards, and when you don't, the unit's great. Just because its numbers are so big. Also gets the triggers really well with a boost as well. That's why you're running 3 of those. Only reason why not 4 is because honestly, it kind of clogs up your hand a bit. You're just like, I need to do other things, I need to get units. You don't always, every second of the game, need numbers. But they are very, very, very important. The other utility card here is Maka. Counter Blast 2, and put a rear guard in the same column as this unit, grade 1. So that's 17k right there with your 8k vanilla. Only reason I'm running just 1, this deck is very Counter Blast heavy, and they're a better Counter Blast. I would even put Blaster Dark as a better Counter Blast if you get it all. But again, more rear guards to sacrifice. And attack with. And good numbers. Basically, you want units to do all 3 of those things. 10k vanilla. Honestly, there were no other grade 2s that I wanted to include that I thought were good. And vanilla is just, hey, columns. Good numbers, so why not? There's no need for more Blaster Dark, there's no need for more domains because they clog up your hand with a low power. And there's no need for more. I would try more of this because it goes back to 9. I believe it goes back to 9k, I'd have to look. It goes back to 9k on your opponent's turn, so honestly, 3 of them is fine and 2 Rigorous is just better. Which is your 10k vanilla. And then, obviously, Phantom Blaster Dragon. I'll go back to Overlord in a second. When Blaster Dark is in the soul, this card's 11k. Hits most Vanguards, except MLB, Majesty Lord Blaster, and the end and Overlord. When they're both properly sold. When they have the proper soul. Counter Blast 2. Retire 3 rear guards. This unit gets +1 mechanic crit and retires an opponent's rear guard. This card's amazing. This card's your ace. No, it's not Overlord. Every time I say Overlord, I keep thinking of Kagura. But no, it's not Phantom Blast Overlord. This card right here is your ace. Because Overlord's a burst and might work, whereas this card puts on more consistent pressure. Even if it's not as bursty and as big, there are more times than not where I decide to sit on this card and wait for the second Overlord, or to use this card to get rid of their PGs by constantly attacking, and then use Overlord and finish them off. And speaking of Overlord, also, I'm sorry. I know the arts don't match, kill me. 11k. Cross Ride, Phantom Blaster Dragon. When Phantom Blaster Dragon in the soul, its power is 13,000. When it attacks Persona Blast, discard a copy of it. +10k and a crit. Counter Blast 2, retire a rear guard. Destroy one of your opponent's rear guard. This card's great as both a Vanguard, obviously for that last finishing push, with the +10k and a crit, without counter blast cost, and as a rear guard to get over those troublesome cards that you might not have the power for. So basically, he works just as good as an 11K vanilla as he does on the Vanguard circle. Again, I would say hold this until you have duplicates. I know it's something you're just like, oh, I can get 13K power, slap it down, and that's what I did. But then you're doing nothing. It's a vanilla. It's a basic vanilla. At the point you can use his counterblast, most times I found myself thinking, man, Phantom Blast Dragon would just be better. Now there are some exceptions where your units are low and you just want to do a 1-for-1. That's when you would ride this card, but you need to pick out those specific situations of which is better before you just straight up ride into this card, just because it's the next evolution of Phantom Blast. One copy of the Dark Dictator. This card's very good on rear. It's Alfred, Shadow Paladins, can't be boosted, gets plus 2K for every rear guard, and then it has its own ability, Soul Blast 3. You have 2 front row units plus 5,000 power. This is good if you lack a boost, if your opponent gets a trigger and your boost isn't enough. This is basically the last emergency final push, I would say. And then, of course, last but not least, our heal triggers. A car, when it's called the Vanguard or rear guard, when you ride it or it's placed in the rear guard circle, you can reveal a top card of your deck. If it's a Shadow Paladin, spoiler alert, it will be solid. This is great for sacrificing. This is great for getting grade 2s. This is great for completing your columns. There is nothing bad about this card, except you might go 5 car, into 5 car, into 5 car, into 5 car, and there go all your heals. Trust me, I've done it. Which can be very, very annoying. Sorry about that. Now then, with all that said, in case you forget the deck list, I have it right here. Wait, no, wrong thing. Right here. There you go. The deck list will be right there during the matches, so you can always refer back to it. Also, you want to draw triggers because you're sacrificing so many units that you always want to keep your hand full. You have to sacrifice units so often in this deck that it's best just to always have units in your hand. And trust me, I've tried crits, thinking, oh, I'll play a classical Shadow Paladin that runs more crits. And well, it didn't go so good at all. One last warning is, this deck makes some weird plays. There are often times where you'll call a grade 2 or 3 to the back row just to use it as a sacrifice. So don't fall in the trap of, hey, this is a grade 2, it's an intercept, it needs to go into the front row. With that being said, let's play. I'll do a couple of games with this deck, and hopefully you will enjoy. If I was smart, I would have turned off the deck in the first turn. I am not smart. Oh, tournament mode's up. Doing that actually works. I'll do a couple of tournament mode matches. From what I understand, you can get paired with people in the rank mode in tournament matches. I run into farmers, so I have to assume that's true, because there's literally no reason for you to VP farm a tournament. Watch me lose in the first round. Load faster. Also, by the way, my finals for school are done, and I'm taking the next semester off because COVID. So, more videos and streams. I definitely intend to come back full force. Okay, this is a very good hand. Javelin check. Key mulligan target. Already have it. Heal trigger. You don't want to keep. Javelin into will be drawn Blaster Dark because of full eligibility. Into the main. Maybe. Into the main as a rear guard to draw some cards. Into Phantom Blaster Dragon. Into Phantom Blaster. Perfect. Whoop. Goodbye. Look, okay. This is actually really good because it can be sacrificed for the main. So that's perfect. This hand's great. So of course you just ride a Blaster Javelin, you get the Blaster Dark. That's the turn. There are times where you might, like if I'm going second, call your vanilla here and attack with it, and then attack with Javelin, but obviously in this case, not needed. There are times where aggression might be a thing though. Let me move the microphone closer. Alright, Angel Feather matchup. I play this deck as well, so I know this deck, so I'm not too worried. And not the best first ride, as that card, for those of you that don't know, is the self-damager. The grade 1 self-damager. So you want to keep that in order to get your Sandfields and Kyrie, I think it's Kyrie, to limit break. So this is actually very good. That goes back in the deck as a heal trigger, so they have 5 heals now, but I believe they damage check one they did. Perfect second Overlord. We can hold on to that for later. Obviously, again, continue the ride chain. Blaster Dark. God, I love that animation. I believe that was when he played Kote and they see it for just a bit. Now, of course, more cards is always good, so I have the one counterblast, so the main here. In this case, you would discard, to me, I would discard Blaster Dark because, like I said, kind of sucks as vanilla, and we have Rugos and whatever we draw, which is, oh, that's great, that's wonderful. Here comes 20k punching in the face. I'll do this. That's 13. This might be 3 damage, depending on their triggers. Or my triggers. Ooh, how wonderful. Let's boost up the main here. No trigger there. So hey, guess what? This attack goes through. If I was a smart person, I would have boosted up boosting up the main was actually a mistake, I believe, because if I boosted up Masquerade, this is actually the time to regardless if they pulled trigger or not. Had they pulled trigger, it would have been 21 versus 20. That wouldn't have been able to get through. That was a mistake. My brain going backwards with the math isn't working, so. Oh look, we have plenty of grade 2s. Well, not plenty, but we have some good grade 2s. Their damage is very high. Our damage is very low, and we have Phantom Blaster Lord as well. And some good back row support with the vanilla AKs. Alright, grade 2, no steal here. So it looks like they're trying to boost up the power of Million Ray, which every time you put a card in your damage zone, it gets plus 2k. What did they put in? I didn't see. This is one reason I hate this field, because it doesn't put the damage very well. But I can't spin my own because it's too high. When that card attacks, it counterblast too. When that card attack hits, it counterblast with the draft card. So basically, they're trying to run card advantage on me. That's interesting. Playing the card that gives you the limit break without a limit break card. I think they were desperate for that attack to get through, which is great. And we draw PG, which is also great. It tells me they don't have much. Another PG drawn, phenomenal. No, I don't want to go into Overlord yet. I thought about it for like a split second, and I was like, no. You get a full bow, thanks as well, I forgot to mention that. If full bow is in a soul and you ride this card, you can call it. So what I'm going to do here is no, unfortunately I don't have the counterblast visibility. Which might actually be a good thing because they probably have a perfect card in their hand. I don't think I would use it here because I fear the perfect guard. Because 3 to 5, a perfect guard will go off. So let's see here, 18. Well, it doesn't matter. Normally it would matter and you would deal with all the column first, but since it's not going to attack from the same target, this deck does not run stands, so it doesn't matter.
Vanguard on the attack.
No trigger. I'm not expecting one and no trigger. I like how I say I'm not expecting one at the beginning, but I really wasn't. Also, you might be wondering, why did you send them into limit break? Honestly, I really don't fear either of the limit breaks. I don't fear... If this was Azel, I might not have done it, but given my lead, I feel like I need to push as much in as possible. That might be incorrect and we're about to find out, but I don't think it is. Ooh, are they? No, you can't. Okay. Wow. Vanguard to a rear guard. That's great for me. I don't know if it really matters, but it feels good. Call trigger, huh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in hand, and we haven't seen a single PG yet. Oh, theirs, I mean. No, we haven't. So now with that trigger, oh man, they give us like skill. God, I'm talking in Yu-Gi-Oh terms. Hey, useless heal trigger, what do you know? Actually, I'm not so sure that's useless. Because in UB, no you cannot. Good to know. That was not a useless heal trigger, I don't think. Actually, struck 5 from 21, you idiot. Yeah, it was useless. Do I ride here? This might surprise you, but I sincerely think the answer at this point is still no. Why? Because we can get more attack up. I'm almost tempted to... How tempted am I? Well, I know one thing, I'm doing this. Normally you want to be way more careful with this, but I smell blood in the water. Whew. I know I have the PTs. It'll be fine. This is kind of a gutsy play that I'm trying to force perfect guards out of their hands. Because I'm assuming at this point, even though they probably don't, I'm assuming they have all 4. Because I have not seen a single one here at the bottom of the deck. Nor is there one in the damage zone. So I'm willing to bet they have at least, I would bet solidly on at least 3, if not 4. In fact, they may have just won. My play was a bit inconsistent there. I think that might have been a mistake. Just because, now what do? Great, I can get past the grade 2s with Overlord. Hey, they blocked that one too. Now what do you do? So the more I think about it, the more I think that was a mistake. Barring some lucky draw triggers, I probably made a mistake. Okay, they're down to one card. Maybe I didn't. I probably still did. I'm not kidding. But the fact they're down to one card means they have a maximum. Well, now they're two. Maximum of 2 PGs. And maybe 3. Okay, one of those cards is not a PG. That tells me a lot right there. In fact, I may go gutsy here and call my perfect cards. We'll see. I really wish he had been on top of my deck now, so I could get some reinforcements going. I think it's time to ride the Overlord, but not use it quite yet. I'm not going to do the gutsy play. I don't think it's time. Let me think. Actually, I'm going to do something really surprising here. Wait a minute, I can retire a Vanguard to kill one of theirs. God. What if that other card in their hand isn't a PG though? If it's not a PG, I win. Stupid playtime. Going for the win. We're doing this. I don't think 2 PGs would be enough to hold out with no grade 2s. If I had grade 2s, I wouldn't do this. Well, because I specifically don't, I need a way to win. But I know I'm willing to bet that that card in their hand is a PG. However, given this situation, I have to risk that it isn't. Otherwise, I'm dead. Unless I like drawing to PG. I like drawing to too. Well, I drew into OPG, but that's not what I meant. Yeah, I expected it as much. I'm hoping... Wait a minute. I screwed up. I wasn't thinking. They have a maximum of... Well, I guess now it's 3, so it doesn't matter. I was going to say they got a max to attack, but that does not. I have 1 heal left in deck, can I get it? If I can get the heal, I'm safe. 1 in 16. I'm a god! I'm a god at video games. That attack didn't get through. Well. I'm a god at video games. On today's list of wins I absolutely do not deserve. Hello. Oh my god. Whatever just happened wasn't supposed to happen. They might double heal though. But
Vanguardにアタック。スキル発動。ペルソナブラス。ファーストチェック。セカンドゲット。ドロートル。
Alright, a draw trigger into a grade 2. Well, gotta hope they don't double heal. Although after the current unfold, they kind of deserve it. Single. Did I get it? Does my opponent double heal? Nope. Holy. Oh my god. That was a game I did not deserve to win whatsoever. Woo. To anyone that questions why I love Shadows, that right there is why. I swear I'm blessed with this deck. Oof. That should have been the end of my tournament life. The absolute end of my tournament life. But it wasn't. I did a 3-0 in this tournament once with the end. But different fight already has the end list, and I use the same thing. So go check this video out, and if I remember, I'll put it in the description. Probably not. But holy, I am so glad this game was recorded. Whew. Let me see if I can play a bit smarter this time. I like how I'm doing this as a guide video and screwing up. Alright, Shadows versus Shadows. This should be good. Shadow mirror match. Toss the PG. Grade 1 into a grade 2. Toss the Mafia. That might be a mistake. Hey! Phantom Blast is great. But also, hey! No Javelin. Oh, this hurts. Of course, they always have it. Opponent Shadows always have Phantom Blaster Javelin. What? Blaster Javelin. Well, at least they have Blaster Dark. And like I said, actually I don't know if I said it in this recording because I tried to record this 4 times. Your 8K Vanilla, equally great ride target. Like you still get it. You get 8K on upgrade 1, which is fine. The only thing you missed out on is either Blaster Dark and the 1K power. But hey, guess what? I already have Blaster Dark. All I'm losing is 1K power. Ooh! I might just rename this deck and fight because I'm not sure I'm entirely qualified to give a guide at this point. I'm still reeling from that last game. Holy cow, that was magnificent.
Vanguardにアタック。ドランクチゲット。ドロートリ。
Alright, so... Ooh, we pull trigger. Nice. The guys are the first Phantom Blaster Dragons. Phantom Blaster Dragon, I don't know what that was. They're not super important. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Like, it's a weird thing to say, but they're not. Because they're just engaged at that point. They have no reroll skills. Much like Blaster Guard, once they're on Vanguard, their job is done. Would prefer any other grade 3. Because Dark Dictator has a skill on the main here. How much this card is Dragon? Dark Dictator has a skill. Valkyrie has a skill. I know I said Valkyrie, but come on, don't want your zero triggers in my hand. Let's see here. 9. Do 18 with giving you The reason I'm not putting a card behind the main is there's no point. It would bounce from 10 to 15 at least, and that wouldn't get over anything. Well, he would have 15, and they would only have 13, so it wouldn't be enough.
ドライブチェック
I just kind of hope for a trigger there. Noah. Whee! I wish I had another grade 1 in this hand in this case, but oh well. My hand is so full of grade 3s. This is both terrible and great at the same time. It'll be great next turn because hello sacrifices.
呪われしいでて邪悪な力を震えライファントムブラスタードラゴン
Ah, I love that enemy. It was a good choice. Ooh. Now then, will you deal? We do have one problem. I don't have the counter blocks to pay for, but that's actually okay because at this point I just want to attack. Although now would be a good time for the counter blast because of him being at 2 damage with 2 to 4 with 1 trigger PV. So I'm actually kind of sad, and if I paid more attention, I probably wouldn't have called ZeroJP down and just use the main hand with the middle to attack. So that was a mistake on my part. But it won't matter. I'm confident in that. Hey, grade 3 or grade 2. Can I not read numbers? Let's look here because my own kid won't need a boost. And then we'll play one of you and see what we get. Boss, you're jumping, alright. That skill is not necessary. And then we call you. And then we start punching face. And by face, I unfortunately mean grade 2s. Sure, let's see what I get in terms of triggers. I mean, well, I get a draw or one to hunt. It's pretty much the game. Yeah, with all the grade 3s, I didn't expect one. I have so many grade 3s in my hand, it's kind of ridiculous. This game's actually really close and I do not like it. How many counter blasts do you have too? So it doesn't matter. I looked because I wanted to see that enough for Vanguard Dragon. Good, we got rid of the back rings. That's not bad at all. Alright, Vanguard for reward. Unless he has a duplicate in his hand, I disagree. We'll see. See, this is what I was talking about. The occasional choice to place team in the back row for sacrifice. So I'm willing to bet he's going to use Phantom Blast Overlord, kill this, to kill this. Or the back row, or a back row unit. Yep. So my opponent actually shut off something perfectly that I did not get a chance to. Thanks, opponent. Oh, I'm doing it again? Wait, no. Okay, I see what he wanted. He wanted to see. He has grade 2s, so he wanted an intercept instead of grade 3 there. So basically did that to reinforce his back row and hope he's getting a grade 1. Does occasionally happen, but very, very risky because you might not pull grade 1, then you're like, well crap, I literally just wasted this spot. Which is sometimes very not good. It's important to remember that even though I said Blaster Dart kind of sucks as a rear guard, he's still a grade 2, which in itself has some benefits. Now here, I'm going to kind of go back on what I said just because his Vanguard's 13k and ride my own Overlord. Yes, I was going to copy, but I know to use it because I'm willing to bet he has a PG. And because I'm willing to bet that, why use the ability? There's no point. However, what I am willing to do is a bit of a surprise attack. Actually, am I? Yeah, I am. Why not? Let's get funny. I don't want to play you. I don't play you. Just because of the numbers. And I don't want to waste 5 card ability either. Honestly, this guy's probably won because I haven't gone any PGs. My PG luck is bad. Draw trigger into PG. Draw trigger into PG. No. Draw trigger into PG. Draw trigger into grade 2. Draw trigger into grade 2 into heal trigger. Now that I will take. That might mean I'm not dead. Although I'm probably dead because I'm willing to bet he has Overlord. Actually, the front didn't come up the first time did it. So unless he draws Overlord, he doesn't have Overlord. Come on, baby. Don't have it. The main, he's gonna get it. I haven't drawn a single PG yet. Yeah, basically with any deck, if you don't draw your PGs. But I would also say they're not worth keeping in the opener unless you're desperately need a grade 1. Just, they kind of bog down your hand.
Cool.
Another, you are really looking for that Overlord, aren't you? Wow, I'm about to get Overlorded to death. Holy crap. How many heals do I have left? 1. Can I pull off the God Tier Lock and just get it? I'm going to say not there. I guarantee you he has it. Oh my god. He doesn't have it. Holy crap. I won't die. By any logical account, there's the death. Because that's exactly what he was trying to do, was get the Overlord. How do I win? I'm not concerned about not dying per se. I'm concerned about how do I win. I gotta do it. By it, I mean this. I have to attack with everything that I have right now. Dead. What can I replace easily? Front row units, very easily. And maybe a grade 1. So, with that knowledge, bye-bye. I don't really need you for the 22k. So at this point, I just need to go brutal. Maybe not the smartest play per se, but there's a very good on doing that. Grade 1, great. Disengage, spare. Actually, that's really, really good. Because her ability means I can pull a perfect guard and defend myself and not die. And another grade 2, which is actually stronger than my first. So, bye. Okay, battle. What are my numbers? 23, 18, 20. So, woo. Don't get a trigger, please. Thank you. Oh god, if it gets 1 here, I need 1. Let's find out and play a game together. So now I'm betting on the trigger. Good. Good, good, good. This is what guys play will do to you. You make dumb choices. I don't know if that's what was dumb. I was just like, look, there's nothing more I can do. Trigger me. Dang it. I don't even know if he has a CG now. How depressing. Like, I want to know, dang it. I have one year left, so if he has the Overlord, he wins. Like, he wins. There is no question. Actually, do I even have that one heal anymore? Nope, I'm dead. 1 PG. Bull! I'm dead, but I'll let him kill me. Let's just show off more shadows.
Vanguardにアタック。
So, first game I got lucky. Second game I lose. I'm not really showing the power of this deck, am I? I think the mistakes I was making, undervaluing grade 2s. And I said that with full knowledge of what I said about Vanguard at the beginning. I think I just need to be more careful with using my grade 2s. Because honestly, at that point, I need more shields. Like, I'm just constantly like, I don't know, if I take one more down, well, if you had one more grade 2, that wouldn't be a problem. And I do blame my loss on no perfect guards whatsoever. Actually, did I have won that game? I think I had won that second game. 1-0. Oh well, it was fun.
ランクファイトでは全国のファイターと戦う。
Let me just take my stuff here, and then that'll do it for this one.
特訓をしたいのであれば、
Like I said, I did think I misplayed significantly, well, not significantly. I think I made the best choices I could mostly, but I also think that there are definitely some things that could have been better. A lot of small things that can add up. That's one thing you need to be really careful of this deck, is just you make little mistakes. Like, look how much our second game opponent was digging. Digging for that Overlord. Digging. Even through multiple domains. What was the first card I tossed? Which I still don't think is wrong. I would toss the main first. You have to be able to read the situation. Which I don't think I did 100% accurately. But I'll come back with more deck guides, streams, whatever. Also, before I forget, why would I do a deck guide on this so late? 1, because I'm lazy and yeah. 2, I honestly thought this deck would fall out of the meta. Just because MLB is really good, still, even from the same set, and I figured, oh, limited break's coming. This deck will die. No, it really hasn't. In fact, I think this deck has a great matchup against limited break, against Hazel, and against Narukami as well, even. Well, I wouldn't say great against Narukami. I would say good. But against Hazel, I think you have so much like retire that it's fine. And will this deck be good next month with the alleged introduction of Rin's gold paladins that can be infused into Shadow? If those cards come out, like let's say, which is I can't think of the name. Spectral Duke. If those cards come out, I think this vanilla deck will still be good. But maybe tier 2. Or like tier 2 or tier 3. I think the gold version is better. Which, you bet I'm going to build that. Probably day 1. In fact, yes, day 1. I'll try to anyway. So do I think this deck will still be good? Yes. Do I think I misplayed? Absolutely. Do I think I showed out the point of this deck? Yes. Do I think you can build a cheaper version? I almost want to say And I haven't tested this, so don't take my word for it, because I guarantee you, everybody in the Zero community will call me a sinner for saying this. You might be able to build a version without Phantom Blaster Overlord. Phantom Blaster Dragon is just so good. He's so good on his own. You might be able to run just 4 copies of Dark Dictator and maybe 1 copy of the Soul Charger. It won't be as good, but I think it's still viable. Because like I said, even knowing what I know now, even though I didn't really get to show it off, I honestly think that overall, Phantom Blaster Dragon is far, far, far better than Overlord. I think when Overlord is good, he's really good, and Phantom Blaster Dragon Vanilla is just good constantly. But that's all the time I got for today, and hooray, after the first recording attempt, this is a success. Goodbye.